What do you want? What do you want from me? I'm here to kill things. You want answers? Ask someone else. What? What do you want? Why does it matter? I was born by my mother and sucked at her teat like every man. Well, like every man does with his mother. Anyway, by the time I was old enough to swing an axe, my father was dead and my mother disowned me. Of course, killing my father might have given her a reason. I think she did it out of shame. My father beat me and my brother senseless, and made our lives miserable. Either way, that was the end of my childhood. I traveled a lot after that, begging for some things and taking the rest. Tough times, but not the worst. My axes and my wits kept me alive. You'd think a 7-year-old might be an easy target, but I soon learned just where to cut a man to make him squeal like a pig. Ah, those were the days. No, we've got better things to do right now. Maybe I'll feel like talking after I've bloodied up my axes a few more times. Meh.
realize how much trouble you've caused me? I'll be doing paperwork on that fight of yours well into next week. For so long, it appeared you'd be one of the easy ones. Then that whole bandit attack happened, and I haven't rested since. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? I am Zin Bu, the magic abacus. I was assigned to record, tabulate, and itemize the destruction that you cause. No easy task, I might add, especially since you embarked on this wild quest to find your master. Our calculations keep the universe in balance. Without us, chaos, anarchy, utter ruination. You, for instance, Black Whirlwind, you're a nightmare. A whole department can't keep up with your antics. But imagine if they failed to record his various deeds. We would never be able to determine his eventual position on the Great Wheel. You can't just guess at it. You must have records, itemized records in triplicate signed by the Overseer of Carnal Destruction and Disorder herself. Oh, you don't know the half of it. You remember that little engagement with Gao the Lesser? 3,040 pages. I lost 3 assistants on that report alone. Aha! The very reason I'm here, and not back at the Celestial Bureaucracy tabulating your most recent exploits. Apparently, my skills are inadequate to keep up with you. I'm being relegated to a much lower role in trade and commerce. My only consolation is that I will no longer have to track your exploits. I'll be lucky if I ever attain the rank I had before you came along, but I have a plan that just might get me there. And you're going to help me. Instead of trying to find you a buyer or supplier wherever you go, I'm going to provide that service directly. I need you to buy from me and sell to me, if you wish. I already have a supplier, a friend of mine from the Untimely Deaths Department, who was also demoted recently. By getting rid of the other suppliers and buyers, I can save time and be more efficient. Perhaps then I can regain some of the honor I lost through this demotion. In any case, I'll be joining with you, in a sense, to offer you items for sale and to purchase anything extra you acquire. It's a fair deal, I believe. You gain the envious ability to buy and sell at your whim, and I can prove my worth in my new role. Perhaps I will even do well enough to get promoted. Well, that is a most excellent way to think about it. Simply call upon me as you would any of your followers, and I'll be there. In the meantime, I have much to do. I'm afraid my supplies are a little low at the moment, but fear not. I will acquire new items as quickly as I can. I should go and see what I can dig up for you. Don't worry, I'll be around. Just call on me if you need something. Good day.
This is a part of heaven? Ha! I pictured more fountains of endless wine.
Takawa ir apu ofir wir wak honu unka. Utarawe ir kuki tie sanir naur kurk pan. Sair sunkat nukau pa ir uk. Wo ofna aknatinir sasi ir yawak orui.
1,000 cuts.
Wanak apiyir, wanaruk tatasiyir si usta. Kop awuka inir, wo afawapi ithatoro toro uk. The kawa ir apu ofir wawawir wa fonu unka. Utarawe ir kupkitir salir naur kurk wupan. The kawa ir apu ofir wawawir wa fonu unka. Wawawir wa wakir fonir sisa ukopkipo kusu ukut. Utarawe ir kupkitir salir naur kurk wupan. Kop awuka inir wo afawapi ithatoro toro uk. The kawa ir apu ofir wawawir wa fonu unka. Uk swair forpier jawar ir. Uk swair susu no. Nara ir uk napir sonkut. Usat tir tatasir uju. Kop awuka inir. Wo afawapi ithatoro toro uk. Wawawir wakwakir fonir sisa ukopkipo kusu ukut. Wo ofna aknatinir sasi ir jawak ourui. Kop awuka inir wo afawapi ithatoro. Kop awuka inir wo afawapi ithatoro toro uk. Kop awuka inir wo afawapi ithatoro toro uk.
We're no power, Sufu no son could no go up here. He looks the year how our year.
should ready yourself, mistress. I do not trust them.
Wire no soti bosi ni ma o we rufri ni o on the riwitik.
A friend who reeks of those beasts at the inn. Do what you wish, mistress, but I will be watching.
O ya we kanuiru narawe konor no kau ya. O kanshi rukni abawa fasun siro o abawa feir o so yeru nusun si. Narawe o yufufu yeru si tu no kau sun si o no nasu. Hier was hier aan 45 gewoon nou weer. Wa weer, je waakt nog niet in. Oh, zo weer ook in sauer vonya. Won hier na dan si funk ni osi, kan nog koud jou weer. Ona weer no power sufu no son kun no kau knapir. Viruk se hier kau au katia hier. Zausa sinoni kun no kwair kau na weer. Won hier na dan si funk ni osi, kan nog koud jou weer. No weer irfu sunur funir so hier irfu.
Even here, so weak. The waters cannot bleed forever. Nothing is without end. Not even this world. Not when my power rests in the hands of mortals. Names are fleeting, given so your kind can point and say, that is mine. All words, names, history, dreams, they die on your lips. What remains after that is beyond you, or is meant to be. Not everything can be owned, not without price. You will pay a debt earned by another. I lack the strength to help you. You cannot avoid your fate. When someone steps beyond their station, others must fall to fill the gap. You are in your station. You are where you should be. He is counting on that. If you fail in your destiny, your true enemy falls with you. And if he falls, so do we all. You must win. But in doing so, you will lose. It is a painful circle that must be allowed to close. You do not truly have a choice until you confront what comes after. You will be free to act, but there is a cost.
sosir, angono usak niga vidno. South Wow years minir istuki, niki awe fuir. Lara weir o yufufu, erufsi hirsi suno kau, kauer sunsir, oguno nafsuir. Wonawir no payer ufugo sisi unisuku. Waweir nakweir kukisir suno. Koni ubnika uno no kau soir. Akan bautisir, koni ubnika uno no kau. Konne ognavir kwaweir songut, kwair ni nakawaye, sinoni nakuno on with fear.
That beast should never have woken up.
O kanshir ugne abawafa sunsir o abawafeir o soir unu sunsi. Koni yu kwan yu ni aweir. O yaweir kanuiru, naraweir kwanur no kau yaweir. South Wow years minir istuki, niki yaweir fuir. Tona weir aukatia yeir, ognin vier ahasno. Girufiri kunir ni ogir washinir. Wonawir no power sufu no son kunno kau knapir. Giruk sayir kau aukatia yeir. Wonawir no power ufugo sisi unisuku. Waweir nakweir kukisir suno. Sun sihir soir yuru ani o soira o yawir. Ukiro ke yir o kukisir sihir sukut. South Wow years minir istuki, niki yawir fuir. Anyway, Sawyer. Sawir, Sawir. Ukira mi yirnin puno son sinu kau kawir. Wono wir irfu iru sunur funir Sawyer irfu. O yaweir kanuiru, naraweir kwanur no kau yaweir. O kanshir ugne abawafa sunsir o abawafeir o soir unu sunsi. O nawir no power sufu no son kunno kau knapir. Giruk sayir kau aukatia yeir. Girufiri kunir ni ogir washinir. Zausa sinoni kunno kwair kawona weir. O yaweir kanuiru, naraweir kwanur no kau yaweir. Waierne nakawaye, sinoni takuna honoi pifir. Hier lagergan si funk ni osi konor no kauk yawir sausa kwa yer sunini rituki tona we yer haukalia yer ognin biyer ahasno sau Ukira mi yirnin puno son sinu kauk yawir. Una will not buy a rufu sisi unisuku. Kwawe yer na we yer kuki sir suno. Waierne nakawaye, sinoni takuna honoi pifir. Bir osa yer afifirsi, kawona weir. O kanshi rugne abawa fasun siro, o abawa feir osa yer unusum si. O yawir kaniru, narawir kanur no kauk yawir. Narawir o yufuku yer sihir situ no kauk kawir sunsir, o no nasuir. O nawir no payer ufugo sisi unisuku, wawir nakwir kuki sir suno. Narawir o yufuku yer sihir situ no kauk kawir sunsir, o no nasuir. Kauk yawir, sausa kwa yer sunini rituki. O no wir irfu yer sunur funir so yer irfu. O na wir no pa yer ufu sisi unisuku. Kwawe yer na we yer kuki sir sunur. O kanshi rugne abawa fasun siro, o abawa feir osa yer unusum si. Kuki roke yer o kuki sir sukut. O na wir no pa yer ufu sisi unisuku. Kwawe yer na we yer kuki sir sunur. O na will not buy a rufu sisi unisuku. Kwawe yer na we yer kuki sir suno. Ukira mi yirnin puno son sinu kauk yawir.
Humans expect all Celestials to be like their flighty foxes, it seems.
O kanshi rugne abawa fasun siro, o abawa feir osa yer unusum si.
Woe betide anyone who called me surly back then. The Forest Shadow's brethren have worn away some of my stern nature.
Tona we yer haukalia yer, ognin biyer ahasno. Sausa kwa yer sunini rituki, niki awir fuir.
It was an honor to become her guardian. She is not like any other fox spirit.
Si Sawyer yipsuki nalir wikino. Ukira ni yirnin puno sonsi no kaukawir. Tonawe ira ukalia yir. Ognin vira hasno.
I will protect the forest shadow with my life.
South of Wow years ni. Si Sawyer yipsuki nali yer wikino. Ukirani yirnin punoson sinu kautawe. Kirni.
I've acquired some great new items.
There's not much to look at down here, but at least there's a good chance for a fight.
Change will take you. Soon you will be one of us.
So hungry.
What? Who are you? You are weak and impure. You cannot stop the mother or her people. Die now!
1,000 cuts.
They're not human! They're changing us! Yes! I don't know how, but They're capturing people, changing some and eating the rest. By the spirits, you have to help me. There's no way to stop! I don't want to turn! Kill me! I can't! No! Ah!
Kill the filthy thin blood, my man.
It's too late. You left more destruction and shattered lives behind you than my wife shopping for a new hat. I'm clearly going crazy, but I wanted to be here. This thing, Mother, whatever, it has to be destroyed. Well, there's no turning back now. Who knows how many more cannibals are down there? When you're ready, let's finish this mother off.
This should be fun. If there's enough of the little guys down there, this could be better than the time I stormed the Fortress of Seven Gates by myself.
It's too late to turn back now. We have to finish this before it gets worse.
Stop the little guys, the big one's yours.
She's too strong to defeat without using your head.
man, I'm guillotine here!
You'll kill us if we don't get out of here soon! Look, there! That's our only chance!
Roawe faiti, questo sigil angono usat niga vidno.
I'd have traded your life for the death of that thing as well. It's a fair trade.
Ukiro ke yero kukisier sier sukut. Anyway, Sawir, Vasawir. Zausa, Sinoni, Gunno Quair, Kawona Weir. Nik Yawir Suir, Usun Puno Sui Uir Suku. Lara Weir, O Fufuir, Usir Situno Kau, Kawir Sunsir, Woguno Nasuir.
Well, I suppose that's it. I'm gonna miss those little bastards. They tried so hard. They just kept coming, one after another, practically throwing themselves on my axes. You have to respect that kind of mindless dedication. Ah, well, let's go find something else to cleave. You should probably go down to his camp and check with Lord Yun. He'll likely want to reward you. Let's go. I'm sure Ho can make his way back to Tien's Landing. Even if there's more cannibals about, he's too skinny to eat.
You have gone quite far enough. I am Inquisitor Lim, an elite of the Lotus Assassins. I am tired of seeing our carefully laid plans fall to your thuggish fists. The operations in the ruins and Gao's factory were my responsibility. Their destruction is my shame. Evil? What does youth know of evil? Do you remember the long drought? The thousands who died each day? No, you do not. Because we keep the peace. We uphold the Emperor's will. And if his will holds that a few must suffer so that the many can enjoy peace, then it is correct. I am expected to deliver this worthless fragment of a spirit monk amulet to our fortress, but that won't counter my disgrace for what you did here. Perhaps if I offer your head, and track down that accursed Zhu who has been seen in the area, enough old scores will be settled to earn my life. Is that what he calls himself now? Hardly an honest representation of the blood he's spilled. It doesn't matter. No matter your allies, I cannot let you survive. Enough talk! I will delay your death no longer. May your fall sate the anger of Death's Hand, will of the Emperor.
Longsword.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
You have attracted a very odd minion in that girl Wildflower. I sense great conflict in that one. Tread lightly. It would be a great inconvenience if we were all suddenly slaughtered. Now what do you need of me? That is an old wound. My departure from the Lotus Assassins was not gentle for either side. My immediate companions, those who were my brothers, fell by my hand.
Lim was not among them. He would have died if he was. I was labeled as the one who deserted, and I am occasionally recognized. The result is always the same. Another death, more blood spilled. Such a waste for a hatred they cannot even understand. Regret. I have no regret for killing anyone who challenged me of their own will. Death is a measurable cost of your actions. Some earn it sooner than others. Strength is the way of things, and death is the end. Or should be. Some do not respect either. They have enough of one to defy the other.
There is a place for the Enforcer. The man or woman who brings death to those who have earned or otherwise deserve it. I consider that to be an honest calling. I did some harsh things while with the Lotus Assassins, but they no longer follow a path I recognize. They are a mirror of Death's hand, and he embodies corruption. You will see as you get close to him. He draws out the worst in everyone and displays it for all to see. You have no concept of the devotion of his followers. Perhaps we will talk again when I see more of where your path will lead you. For now, we should make our way to the Imperial City. That is where they took your master, and where we will find the heart of the Lotus Assassins. I've said enough for the time being. The event... Our enemy? The sure sign of an effective fighter is that he has many enemies. Which are you most curious about? There is little to tell that would affect you now. The assassins are fanatically loyal to Death's hand, and he uses that influence to do as he wishes. He also controls the Imperial Army, but they are no longer in his favor, it seems. Mere guards in comparison to the assassins. Death's hand was just beginning his rise to power when I left the Lotus Assassins. I do not know much more about him. You name the Emperor among your personal foils. You have a grand opinion of yourself. Don't be so quick to link Sun High to the destruction you have seen. Death's hand may still answer to him, but it is a long leap from that to assuming the Emperor approves of what the Lotus Assassins have done. Both of those possibilities will be hard for people to swallow. The Emperor is the Emperor. He is above weakness or viciousness. To question that is to question the nature of the Jed Empire, and not many people are willing to do that. The Emperor is the foundation upon which we build. If he is weakened, we all fall. Goodbye then.
I will give everything I have to aid you.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind, although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad when we can leave this place to find Master Li. Be well, my friend.
Our enemies will fall like leaves in autumn. Something's...
I've got the wine. Let's go.
This place is strange. The Guardian says not to worry, but I hear things here. I don't know what they are. This place. There are spirits. The Guardian can hear them, and I can too. But there's something else. Like the sound of the ocean. Voices. The mists here hold voices. Coming from below. They're too quiet, though. Old. In the stones and the mist. I don't know. It's like listening to the wind while people are yelling at you. The Guardian says... He says not to ask. He says it doesn't matter who they are. Who they were. He says they are not under heaven. He doesn't want to say anything more. They change when I talk about them. I don't think we should mention them very much anymore. Is there anything else you wanted? This place is... The Guardian says this place is like home. Almost. Here goes home? Home comes here? I don't understand.
Wa soki parir no kasisa gir sonkot nawa patia yir ni uk.
The Guardian likes it here, but it's scary too. He's not the only one who likes it. Is there anything else you wanted? About me? What do you want to know? You want to talk to him, don't you? The Guardian? I don't really know what to say. I don't really do much. I just go where the Guardian tells me to go, where we're needed. I trust him. He won't let them hurt me. The evil men, the bad ones, and the other. But he says not to worry, that none of them are here now, but they follow you, which is why we've come. Now we're needed here, with you. You're the last, he says, so we have to protect you, to make sure balance is restored. You hold the amulet and can use it, unlike... Oh, he says I've already said too much. He doesn't like me talking about him while he's busy. Maybe we can talk again sometime? But for now, not about that. Is there anything else you wanted? Okay.
Good. I need a break from the others in the camp.
I wondered how long it would be before you made your way down here. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but the air has changed considerably. The forest shadow herself appeared here in this camp while the earth shook. She explained what was happening on my lands. She explained what happened in the inn. Nasty business, that. Glad you had the skills to deal with that. Mother, was it? That they did. Imagine such horrors trapped under my own land. Here is the wind map you wanted. The copy is near perfect, and I assure you that the assassins will never know you have it. We will stay on here for a while. These trees will need tending. Besides, I think I have some old family business to catch up on. Old alliances to reforge, as it were.
Allow me to answer that, Lord. Well, it seems that you've solved the problem with the forest. That doesn't mean the ghosts will simply up and leave. If we're lucky, then you've stopped things from getting worse, and time will provide the cure.
As I said, the forest shadow herself informed me of your brave actions. It was a lucky moment when you walked into this place. Fortunate for us both, in fact. Indeed, it is. You have my deepest gratitude. I had virtually given up hope, and you appeared like a gift from the heavens. Farewell. That map will carry you safely if you can find a flyer with the range. I wish you all the best of luck.
You've done well so far. You seem to have everything you need to get that dragonfly up into the skies again. But this quest is far from over. Let's go back to the camp at Tian's Landing. The dragonfly can take us to the Imperial City. That's where the Lotus Assassin must have taken your master.
Hello, hello! Don't think I'm ungrateful for your earlier efforts. I do, however, have much to do. Was any man ever so eternally busy as Minister Sheng? Very well, run along.
You? Again? I have no time for those who do not understand strength. Return when your actions tell me that you follow the way of the closed fist, and perhaps I will consider you.
In the past, I've shared the company of others that moved outside traditional paths. But this band of folks is by far the most exotic.
You looked at me as you said that. What are you trying to say, Sky?
Actually, you took it the wrong way around. You seem a bit more conventional than, say, Wildflower or Zoo.
The Guardian says that everyone hides a part of themselves, that they don't always look like what they really are.
I certainly hope that part's in there somewhere.
Look, I didn't mean to say... Anyway, I meant no offense to anyone, and I'll just leave it at that.
What? What do you want? I remember one time I was hired by 2 warring clans. They were going to discuss a peace treaty, and they wanted me to make sure things didn't get out of hand. A bunch of fights broke out in the first few days, but after I'd killed a few dozen of their clansmen, they settled down. That's when things got boring. The leaders took the next 3 days to talk, and if they hadn't let me dip into their wine stocks, I might have snapped sooner than I did. The clan leaders were agreed on peace except for one thing, Jinlo, a beautiful clanswoman. Both leaders wanted her and neither would give her up. After 5 days, it looked like the peace would fall apart. It looked like the 2 leaders were about to come to blows over Jinlo, so I stepped in. It was my job to stop them from fighting. So, I cleaved the wench in 2 and told them each to take a half. Seemed like a good idea at the time. They weren't too happy with my decision. Everyone turned on me. Of course, they all died, but they gave it a good effort. I don't know what they were so upset about. Better a quick death by the sword than the prolonged agony of your heart being ripped from your chest and thrown to the dogs. You know what I like about this place? Absolutely nothing. Let's get what we need and get to the Imperial City. Nah.
Something's on your mind? I only spent enough time in Tien's Landing to learn the location of Gao the Greater's stronghold. It's a nice enough place, though they're still adjusting to the flooding of the old town some years ago. Always...
Yes? Is there something you want? I've said enough. Goodbye.
Thank you again for rescuing me from those things. I owe you my deepest gratitude. Is there some way I can be of assistance? As I mentioned, I am but a simple bun master, with a dear wife who has turned my life into a miserable cesspool devoid of humor and excitement. Bless her soul. My wife ensures that I work very hard every day to become the best bun master in the Imperial City, perhaps the best in all the Empire. Though I was one of the most respected fighters in the Empire before I met my precious bride, she made sure that I became something more, or less. As I mentioned before, my style requires that I drink. She detests drinking, though there are things she detests even more, like talk of us separating. My loving wife would knead me into several small dumplings and boil me in hot oil if she suspected I was even speaking to you about leaving her. Life is not all bad, though. I may have lost all my dignity and self-respect, along with my ability to fight, or even make a tight fist. But I am a bun master of some renown. Oh yes, I'm very proud of that. Indeed, something very useful. Buns, that is. Everybody needs them. Oh yes, very proud. Perhaps in a little while. Memories of my wife are difficult to bear, especially when she is so very far away and I may never see her again. As you wish. I will be here waiting impatiently if you require anything.
The forest was a disturbing place. Such destruction. It was horrible, even if it was mostly unseen. If you could spare some time, could we talk about what we have seen? Our time in the forest was very troubling to me. To see such distance between the concerns of men and spirits is something I am still getting used to. I have been sensitive to these things for as long as I can remember, but it was not always such a disturbing talent. There used to be harmony. It was very gradual. The world just seems to be filling up with spirits that have no place to go. That this affected even the forest shadow is very disturbing. It makes me wonder how deep the trouble goes, and what mortals like us are supposed to do about it. What do you think? Master Li thought you were tied to this somehow. Can you comfort me? Your appreciation is just what I was looking for, and I am grateful. I know we will do what we can, even if the world moves in ways we cannot fathom. I am glad we can talk like this. It soothes my mind. I hope we can continue another time. Be well, my friend.
What do you want? The Guardian wouldn't like me talking about that. He's busy now. The other is hurting, and he's keeping him inside. All the evil that has been done makes him stronger. I shouldn't say. Just by naming him, thinking of him, it draws him closer to the surface, gives him more power. The Guardian said that in all things there is balance, and for light there is dark within each of us. The other is his darkness, for the good he has to do. That's what he says. I can't talk about him. Already he hears me, and the Guardian is having trouble keeping him back. Please, don't mention him again. The Guardian is my friend. He is a part of me. But the other is a part of me, too. Sometimes they pull so hard in different ways, I can't. I try to be strong, and the Guardian gives me hope. But sometimes it's all I can do to convince me I'm still myself. Will you stay with me and keep me in myself? Thank you. I'll try not to be a bother, but the Guardian says we must stay with you. I hope you'll be my friend. Is there anything else you wanted? Okay.
Yes? I'm a bit busy fiddling about with my thoughts. I think they are hints I left myself, but I can't remember why. As soon as you give me the inscrutable power source, we can fly out and see where they lead. Well, of course, but time is better spent doing than talking. Ha! Marvels! You do have it! I truly wondered if your dragonfly would ever soar in the distant heavens. I'll make the changes immediately. None. And I am very good at remembering things. At least I think I am. I can't remember for certain. The map could lead anywhere, so we should let it. Well, let's see then. It must lead to where I was last, which would be the ideal place to go first. Keep an eye out. I don't know why my tracks were covered, but I do tend to incur the occasional death threat. Craters are remarkably unappreciated. This looks familiar. Keep going. I have the urge to build something. There are memories in the route you apply. Keep going. I see patterns, schematics. Keep going. I'll hammer it out. Almost there. Just a few more pieces to figure out. Our flight was great fun. Lots of explosions. But what does it mean? I think it's a clue. I hid something in my head because I was going to lose my memory, I think. One thing for certain, there was no destination. We ended where we began. The route was the important part. Let me show you what it inspired me to make. I'm not sure what it is, but it has a lever on it that is begging to be pulled. There's only one way to find out. Well, there's probably one or two, but who has time to dig an artillery trench? Here we go. And nothing. Right? We're not dead, I think. That is decidedly disappointing. I was expecting something. I must still need a part I can't remember. I need some time to think, to get my brain straightened out. This is most intriguing and infuriating. Give me some time. Well, of course. I think we're waiting around for nothing. We have the inscrutable power source, the wind map, and the flyer. The Imperial City won't fly its way to us. Right. We will talk later. I'll just think up some new features for the dragonfly. Maybe mole talents for burrowing.
Something's on your mind? When we reach the Imperial City, we'll have a whole host of new problems. You have to love a challenge. Always happy to help. Something's on your mind?
When you say the word, we're ready to leave. I'm looking forward to seeing the Imperial City again. I appreciated the hectic pace when I was there.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind, although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad when we can leave this place to find Master Li. Be well, my friend. Are we certain there is no room for us to stay in Tian's Landing? Do we really need to camp outside?
The ground is soft enough for a warrior. Walls just get in the way when the fighting starts. Besides, I've yet to find a bed that fits me.
Not everyone has a hide as thick as yours. I know. I don't want to impose on anyone.
Haha, if you change your mind, let me know. Few people can impose on people as well as I can.
That's it. You have everything you need. Just let me know when you want to go, and we'll set the marvelous dragonfly to flight. I think we're waiting around for nothing. We have the inscrutable power source, the wind map, and the flyer. The Imperial City won't fly its way to us. Well, good, good. My beautiful dragonfly will finally get a real test. Let's hope those modifications hold up.
Have you seen anyone matching the description? The Lotus Assassins are getting impatient.
They were very vague and wouldn't answer my questions. Are they even sure of who they are looking for?
Does it matter? Death's Hand himself seeks this one. Do you need any more incentive than that? Just question everyone. This person apparently caused a lot of damage in the south. Here, what about this one? At least it's a man, like they said. You, identify yourself.
By order of the Emperor and the Lotus Assassins, state your name and purpose for being in the Imperial City.
We are questioning everyone who has arrived in the city recently. You bear a resemblance to someone we are looking for.
I don't know. The shaved head and impressive build are similar. It's not enough to be sure.
We could hold him anyway. It's not a good match, but the Lotus Assassins would leave us be for a few days while they question him.
Is there a problem here, Captain? Well, is there?
No, Princess Leanne. We were questioning this traveler by order of the Lotus Assassins.
There is no need to pursue this questioning any further. You may go.
My apologies, Princess, but I was ordered to detain anyone even vaguely matching.
Captain, this man is here on a personal matter of mine that does not concern you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Princess Leanne.
Then unless you wish to be transferred to the wall, you will leave and continue your search. Well, we meet again. I've watched your progress. It seems I underestimated you in Tian's Landing. I have no doubt that you will make as much of an impact on the Imperial City. No guise, I assure you. You have the honor of addressing Princess Leanne, the Heavenly Lily. It is, as you can see, customary to bow in my presence. Somehow I did not expect you to kowtow so quickly. Or maybe I just hoped you wouldn't. I get so tired of fawning servants. That is why I often travel without official escort and occasionally present myself as someone less bridled by the rules of the court. You understand why I don't go into detail here in the street, don't you? With what I have to tell you, I don't want to lose that option of disguise. That would be best. I trust the servants I keep, but this is best discussed away from the open street. I will not speak the location aloud. Take this note. We will meet nearby, but I must have a moment to acquire more fitting attire. Very well, we will continue speaking later. I'm sure we both have questions that need answering. Don't be too long. My message concerns your master, and time is very important.
It would not have been proper for her to award it to you herself, but Princess Sun Lian requests that you accept this gift. She looks forward to your next meeting.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you? They are as powerful as fear allows them to be. Not the specific information you are looking for, I'm sure, but you did ask about my feelings. If their tactics have not changed, everyone fears them as children fear the shadows, never knowing what might come. They are not outlaws. Their orders come from Death's hand, and he is the will of the Emperor. At least, that is how it was meant to be. Pardon my outburst. Every act of the assassins has the approval of the Emperor. We were supposed to reflect his glory. That is why some actions should never have been ordered. The Lotus Assassins were once the Order of the Lotus under Prince Qin, spiritual advisor to the Emperor. During and after the attack on Dirge, changes were made. As flames seared the sky, enemies of the Emperor faced a new threat, Death's Hand. He assumed command of our order, and we began silencing people. Some were killed only to serve as warnings. Others had done nothing except be near his enemies. I am no stranger to death. That alone is not enough to disturb me. But I see only weakness in targeting innocents, peripheral to the real enemy. Weakness suggests losing the right to rule. Can you see how that shook my faith in the Empire? You seem to see why I had concerns. Perhaps you might understand. I have not said everything, and I have not yet decided if I will. But I see something in you that may set things right. We will see. For now, what else do you need? Goodbye.
The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice.
This is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately. I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew. I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever. But that's what is bothering me. We can't be a long way from home because our home is gone. I can no longer say that what I see is strange or foreign because I have lost what I would have compared it to. I am the one out of place now. I would like that, to know you will be there no matter what. I've never had that stability, at least not before joining the school. As a child, I was marked by ill omens, apparently named for them. The people in Two Rivers were polite, but many did not hide the discomfort I caused them. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions? I cannot change who I am, I know. Perhaps I just have to let all of that go. It will not be easy. But I do feel that you have given me a strength I did not have before. I very much appreciate your support. We should continue this discussion later. I have much to think about, and our work here has only just begun.
The Imperial City. I never dreamed I would reach it.
Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
I can't believe my luck. I arrive home after being lost, only to find that my wife has gone off to visit relatives. No, you misunderstand me. My wife, she's not here. I thought I was as good as dead. Now my execution is delayed. Until her eventual return, of course. We made it this far. How hard can it be from here? From what I've seen, you're more than capable of handling anything we're likely to encounter. Like many things in my life, it can be traced back to very bad luck on my part. As I mentioned once before, I was a master of the Drunken Master style. I was the tournament champion in Phoenix Gate when things spun out of control. My need for wine took its toll on my body. There are long periods I don't even remember. After one such period, I came to, having lost most of my clothes and all my money. I was destitute, and without the ability to buy more wine, I couldn't even fight. Eventually, I found work cleaning out creature cages at the local arena. One day, I was approached by a man who remembered seeing me fight. He offered to sponsor me. Just like that, I was back in the ring. After climbing my way back to the top of the tournament, my sponsor told me it was time to fulfill my end of the bargain. Apparently, the agreement stipulated that I must marry his niece. If only I had read the agreement more closely, I could still be shoveling dirt in the creature cages. Alas, fate had a crueler path in mind for me. Let that be a lesson for you. Always read the fine print, or you may end up with more than you bargained for. You're beginning to sound like my wife. Where were you last night? Why were you talking to that woman? Why do you smell like a goat? Always with the questions. As I mentioned earlier, after becoming tournament champion for the second time, I was forced to marry my sponsor's nubile niece. She is the reason I no longer fight. My disapproving dove did not care for my drinking, or for my friends, or my fighting, or my friends fighting. She believed I should settle down, be more respectable. At first I ignored her rebukes and continued fighting, but I soon learned that she was not a woman to be crossed. Prior to one fight, my duplicitous Daisy drugged my wine. I don't remember much of what happened next, which is fortunate. From what I hear, it wasn't very pretty. I spent the next several months under the tender ministrations of my doting wife. Needless to say, when I was well enough to walk again, I was more than happy to settle down. As to why I became a bun-master, well, it's a hard, thankless job that keeps me very, very busy. Very busy. Not now. Memories of my wife are difficult to bear. Especially when I am here and she could be so far, far, far away. As you say, I will be here scrubbing your pots until you call upon me again.
Yes? I like to think that we can take time to talk about important things. That is not really necessary right now, although I do enjoy the attention. We have come so far together. Thank you for that. We just have to keep going. That's all we can do. All right. Don't go too far.
Always happy to help. What do you need? I haven't been to the Imperial City in a while. I traveled here some time ago in my hunt for Gao. In fact, this is where the hunt began. I've come full circle, and I think it's time to let go of the past and look forward. We have exciting things ahead of us. There's no point in living in the past either. In my heart, I know my daughter rests as easily as any spirit now. Whatever happens, I have that. And if we succeed, I know she finds peace. If I could go back, I don't know if I would. I'm a different man now, and while I treasure the past, I look forward to the future with the same warmth. Bah, we'll find a way through any troubles. We're too resourceful to roll over and die. I'm excited to be back in the city. It feels like we're one step closer to our goal, but you know that better than anyone. You brought us to this point after all. Who else could have gathered this crew or found such a quick way out of Tien's Landing? How do you manage that kind of humility? Some sort of special training? And there you have it. A simple answer is usually the best. Regardless, we have an empire to shake up. Let's go see how much trouble we can cause. I don't know about you, but if a member of the Imperial family were leaving me gifts, I'd be mighty curious to learn more. Then again, the Scholar's Garden is full of more hot air than some flyers, so I can understand your reluctance to rush there. Of course. I'll be here if you need anything.
What? What do you want? Too much talking and thinking can be dangerous, I should know. I remember one cold winter I took a job clearing rats from a local monastery. I was supposed to make sure the pests stayed out of the sacred pools, but hunting rats one at a time is boring work. So I had an idea, a way to catch them all at once. I convinced the monks to give me some of their sacred wine, and I filled the sacred pools. I figured if I could get the rats drunk, they'd be so much easier to catch. Nothing happened at first, so I helped myself to the wine. I passed out before the rats came. In the middle of the night, I was woken up by screaming monks and fiery explosions. It was just the rats. The poor furry buggers were just trying to get warm near the monks' fires after their swim in the wine. Not a good combination. The monks wanted me gone. I might have deserved the blame, but the abbot insisted it was a sign from the gods and closed the monastery. See what happens when you think too much? Whatever.
What a wondrous flyer you have. You don't see any of that design about the city. Since they became more common among the nobles, flyers have been fascinating to me. Allow me to officially welcome you to the Imperial City. I am Bai, the Outcrier, and I am here to direct you around our illustrious capital if you have any questions at all. It would be an honor to say that I aided someone who was greeted by Princess Sun Lian herself. There are several districts within easy walking distance. This area is the market district, and it is filled with all sorts of merchants and traffic. If you cross the waterway and turn left, you will soon come to the Gate of the Golden Way, a rich and luxurious place. The Golden Way is connected to both the Scholar's Garden at its far end and the necropolis, though no one would venture into those burial grounds without good reason. Just over there is the Imperial Arena, where you can test your skills in the finest competition in the land, or grab a drink at the heart of the Empire Tavern within. Out by the waterway you can find the city gates and all manner of merchants hawking their wares. There's also a path off the market district that leads up to the Black Leopard School, home to an ancient order that studies the ways of combat. The Scholar's Garden is a wonder to behold. It is decorated with rocks taken from the Valley of Sprightly Stones. The finest minds in the Empire congregate in the garden. If you have a taste for history, the necropolis is accessible from the Golden Way as well. A city of the dead, the necropolis is filled with tombs of rich and poor alike. If you were wise, you would not look for the Lotus Assassins. They keep their secrets close, and even spreading rumors can catch their attention. How many travelers wander too close to their lair from simple ignorance, I wonder? There are rumors of a secret entrance into a fortress the Lotus Assassins call their own. The entrance may be in the necropolis, which is off the Golden Way. If you're smart, you'll go no closer to that place than this question. Was there something else you wanted to discuss? There's almost always something happening in the city. There's Captain Sen, of course, standing guard at the gates out of the city. Word has it the captain has some bounties. Rich rewards for those who can track down some wanted criminals. You must know about the Imperial Arena. Kui, the promoter, is always looking for skilled fighters to participate in his matches. It's this huge building right here. There's word from the Scholar's Garden that some strange outlander has taken up residence there, causing quite the ruckus, as barbarians typically do. There's a rumor floating around that the Black Leopard School has been having some difficulties recently, feuding masters, that sort of thing. The Black Leopard School lies across the waterway and up the grassy path, if you're curious. Word has it there's going to be a new play happening sometime soon in the Golden Way district, over at the large pagoda on the left side of the road. It might not be ready to start yet, but it's certainly worth keeping an eye out for. That's all I can think of right now. I know many people in the city, but it is impossible to know everyone. Who do you seek? That is not funny. We do not discuss that man. The Emperor's brothers are a very sensitive subject, and I won't discuss this further. I know you're new to the Imperial City, but the Lotus Assassins are everywhere. They do not tolerate treason or sedition, and casual questions can be viewed as such. A pleasure to be of service. Enjoy your stay here.
I'm not worried about ghosts. If there are any, the Emperor will deal with them quick enough.
Be on the lookout for the Scourge of the South. It is your duty as citizens of the Empire to report anyone who matches this description. Keep an eye out for a large, wild-looking man wearing nothing but a loincloth. Reports suggest he is well over 7 feet tall and fully armed. This man is very dangerous. Do not try to apprehend the Scourge of the South, but instead report what you've seen to the authorities immediately.
So, they have a name for you now. At least they didn't get your appearance right. Maybe we should find out exactly what they know.
Owo Sayir Uyukap Wowo Tarawayir Shatir Owo.
The princess is very beautiful. If I was like her, then all the girls would like me.
The Scourge of the South has destroyed whole villages in the south. Many innocents have suffered at the hands of the Scourge.
Where are those mercenaries?
This gateway isn't as busy as it used to be. People are skittish about traveling.
Have you heard about this Scourge of the South? Sounds like the Lotus assassins are on edge.
An arsonist running loose in this city, and I don't have enough men to track her. Greetings, citizen. Imperial Captain Sen at your service. Are you one of the mercenaries come to help me track down some criminal scum? I was told that there were some new warriors in town looking for work, though none of them matched your description. Admittedly, you don't resemble the ones described to me, but they're several days late. No doubt they'll blame it on the foolish ghost stories. Criminals with lucrative bounties on their heads. I need help tracking down a pair of criminals. Are you interested in a little well-paying work? These two scoundrels have eluded my best efforts, so I'm turning to bounty hunters. It's harder to run when your pursuers are not in a uniform.
While the silver's appealing, do we really have time to waste on this?
I'm searching for an arsonist and a notorious confidence man. Find and eliminate either one, and there's a standard bounty in it for you. A wise decision. The two criminals are Fading Moon and Creative Yukong. Fading Moon is an arsonist who was last spotted heading for the necropolis. Creative Yukong has virtually disappeared, though we may be able to learn something from Lady Rento, the wife of the man Yukong bilked. She's in the Imperial arena. Fading Moon is an arsonist. Her first fires were in the poor quarters, but her last one spread to the Market District Gate. Last we heard, she had escaped to the necropolis. The gates between here and the poorer districts will be closed for some time while repairs are underway. There's nothing particular about the scene of the crime, just ash. Well, as I said, she confined them to the poor districts. She would have been impossible to catch in that rat's nest. More frankly, there isn't enough money to make it worth my effort. Yukong fleeced some silver from Lord Rento, a powerful man in the Ministry of Harmony. Yukong is a master of disguise, and he has hidden himself somewhere in the city. Lord Rento is away on court business, but his wife informed me that she'd be in the heart of the Empire in the Imperial arena if we needed her. You could start there. She knows the details of the theft better than I. Lord Rento was reluctant to discuss them. Yukong could be anywhere or anyone, and Lady Rento is the only lead we have. Right you are. Remember to keep an eye out for anyone suspicious. Always... This is the Market District. If you cross this bridge, you'll reach the Golden Way, the Scholars' Garden, and the Necropolis. The Black Leopard School is up the hill on the far side of the waterway, and the Imperial Arena is here in the Market District. Of course not. I'm on duty here. Find Bai the Outcrier near the arena. He's paid well to answer those kinds of questions. Right.
Out of sheer spite, the Scourge flooded ancient ruins, wantonly destroying our very own heritage.
The Imperial City is a vast place, my friend. Be sure you don't get lost.
I hope my daughter will grow to be as beautiful as the princess, though perhaps less unruly.
It's the Honorable Lotus Assassins, you see. They feel that those of us dedicated to the Imperial Army are nothing more than louts to be ordered about. Any member of the army, even city guard, is expected to defer any major disturbances to them. Makes me about as useful as a lamppost. Be about your business and stay out of trouble. Pleasure to be of service.